Hi there, Melvin Shaw here, and welcome once again to A Thought or Two. And thank you for being here today, and delighted to have you. Just want to share a little something with you that I think may be some interest, and that I think this will serve you well. There's a there's a question that I'm sure that you've probably entertained, or most of us have, in terms of why we're here. I'm not going to attempt to answer that for you. I have my ideas about it, but I'm not going to answer the question about why we're here. But I will say to you, one good way of living your life is to look at life in a way that that you want to leave this place a better place when you leave here than it was when you got here. That's a good way to do it. That this world's a better place because you passed this way. And with that kind of attitude, that kind of outlook, that can serve you well from beginning to end. And it doesn't matter what you do. I'm not concerned with whether you're a bus driver or a school teacher, writing a book, an actor, actress. It makes no difference what it is. Because it's not what you do, but it's how you do it. And if you simply work on being your very best, I said your very best, at whatever you do, that's what's going to make it great. You can't be a better person than being who you are. You're not in competition with anyone else. No one. The only thing that you have to do is work toward being tomorrow a better person than you are today. That's who you want to work to perfect. Work on perfecting you. And as far as the job's concerned, or a position, or a career, or whatever the case might be, if you simply give your best to whatever you're doing, it makes no difference what that might be. Give it your best. You're going to be much more fulfilled from within. And it's that fulfillment is what's so important. Some people think that it's so important, whether they've got doctor or some sergeant or colonel. It's not that. You don't have to have a title. All you have to do is give it all you got. And when you give it all you got and you perfect that, that's kind of like something else I talked about the other day when I was talking about the present, the now, the moment you're in. That moment you're in, give it your all, whatever it might be. That's going to give you a great deal of satisfaction and fulfillment. That's going to help you feel better about who you are. That will add to your self-love. And it's this love of self that will enable you to love and give to those around you, your family, your friends. All those things go hand in hand. That's why it's so important that you learn to love yourself. But getting back to being fulfilled in terms of why you're here, and like I said, whatever the job may be, give it all you got. I've had enough of them myself. I go back to, man, I can go all the way back to when I used to, my first one was being a paper boy, delivering papers. And I've worked on, they don't have that today, but they used to have what we call laundry trucks. We would pick your laundry up, and we would go do your laundry, and we would deliver it back. Laundry truck. So I had the occasion to work on a laundry truck. I've had the occasion to work on a milk truck. I've had the occasion to work on a pop truck. I've worked on a lot of trucks. I've had the occasion to be on the police department. I've had the occasion to be to sell insurance, to be in the mortgage business. I've been in I've done networking. I've done let's see, I've done motivational training. I was in 101st Airborne. I was a paratrooper, and bus driver, CTA, United Airlines. I mean, there's been so many that it's kind of hard for me to keep up well. And that's something else too, is to understand that you don't have any limitations. The only limitations each and every single one of us has are those that we impose upon ourselves. Those are those are the only limitations there are. Your own self-imposed limitations. But what you need to understand is try to get a feel for what you would love to do, what you would really care about doing. And if you're doing what you love to do, you're not working. You're enjoying it. Have you ever seen guys out there playing basketball? And the effort and the time and the work and the energy they put into it. They're not getting paid a penny. Not one penny. And they love every bit of it. So can you imagine when they become a professional ball player and loving what they do and being paid for it at the same time? So there's the greatest thing you can do is do what you love doing. And if that not be the case, then just love doing whatever you're doing. Give it your best. And if you give your best to whatever you're doing now, there's got to be opportunities that will open up and unfold to you. That's just the law of the universe. That's the way things work. But if we go around thinking, I deserve better than this, and if I do a little, stealing from here on the side, or, whatever games we play, all we're doing is deceiving ourselves. That's all we're doing. So some of these things you kind of learn the hard way. I have to laugh because I've learned some of them the hard way. I'm laughing thinking about my mom. My mom used to say, "You are the most hard-headed," I won't say what else she said, but sometimes she would grab the broom and she'd be hit me over the head with the stick of the broom. There's kind of good and bad in that, though. The bad part is you have to learn some of those lessons the hard way, and the good part is kind of like you maintain who you are. You maintain a certain belief in yourself, and we're going to have to build on that anyway. You're going to have to build on that confidence and that belief in yourself. It's going to be very important to help you carry you through life. But getting back to what we were talking about originally in terms of why we're here, perhaps not being able to answer that per se, give it all you got. There's a way of looking at certain things. You don't have to look at the end result if you really take care of the beginning and everything through. Then the end result, that'll take care of itself. That part you don't even have to concern yourself with. That's on automatic. And that's back to understanding and believing in these principles that actually govern this life and this world and this universe. The more you understand those and the more you work with those, and speaking about working with them, do not do what so many people attempt to do. Whether you're trying to hit somebody over the head and take their wallet, or you're part of Congress or our government, and in most cases the best paid government money can buy, and just doing things for your own benefit rather than the people you're supposed to be serving, or any of the various ways that we look for something for nothing, because there is no such thing. There is no something for nothing, and we're only fooling ourselves in the process. That's not going to work, and many of us have to learn that the hard way too. But if you can become aware of that, it's just a new ball game. Kind of reminds me of this whole story about this gentleman was driving down the road. It was one of these country roads, and he came across this farm, and this farm was absolutely gorgeous. All the rows of corn and the various crops, and how it was just absolutely beautiful, and the farmhouse over on the side, and the barn and all. And he looked all that over and said, "Wow!" And as he kept driving, he came up to this gentleman, and he was on his tractor, and he stopped, and he said to the man on the tractor, which was the farmer, he said, You know, God has really blessed you with a beautiful farm. And the farmer on the tractor, he kind of, he turned and he looked around and he surveyed the whole thing. And then he looked back to the man and he said, yes. Yes, he did. But you should have seen it before it was given to me. And what the man was really saying is it took his work. It took that effort. It wasn't no something for nothing. Beautiful. How many stones did he have to move, and how many tree roots did he have to pull up, and how many weeds did he have to cut, and how much plowing did he have to do? And that's why it's beautiful. That's why it's beautiful, because of his efforts, his work. The same thing's true with you. Put the work in. Pay the price. There is no something for nothing. And believe me, you'll be so much happier and satisfied and fulfilled in the process. Anyway, it's just a thought or two. So think about it. By the way, don't forget to hit the subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Meanwhile, you have yourself a great day.